Shabbat Shalom Yesharallah. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rechah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to those Le'akim that's preached the word in all truth and sincerity, along with the Israelite foreigner brothers that like the heathens. But the line and false side goes back to the nation of Israel, which the nation of Israel are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans through the prophecies and curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter and throughout the Bible. So this is Brother Yakar Amath back a lesson. And today's lesson will be entitled Esau Don't Change. I'm just going to go on some precepts and Lord willing, you brothers and you sisters out there be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shimon Shai. Because Esau, Edom, which is the so-called right race today, or the Caucasian race, they are the wicked according to the Bible. And that's the first precept that we're going to start upon in Malachi 1:4. And it reads, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Right. And Esau, he returned during the Renaissance period, because that's when, he started to change the images of the dark images into white images, so-called white images. And this is when he came in power, during the era of Christopher Columbus and them, so that's when they returned back in power. It says, and build desolate places, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them. See, the them proves that this is a nation of people that the scripture is talking about. It says the border of wickedness, right? So Edom is synonymous of being a border of wickedness. And border means territory. So everywhere Esau goes, they are the territory of wickedness. They are the epitome of wickedness, man. You see, it says, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh will have indignation forever. Yeah, indignation means righteous anger, because the Lord hates you Edomites, man, for what you do to the earth, polluting the whole earth, with your GMO foods, and the chemtrails, you're all about killing, murder, theft, extortion, deception. You promote to our children the, now, it's a Satan, I believe it's like a Satan school or something like that, drag queens, so everything Esau does is unrighteous, Why? Because he was accustomed to be the wicked, man, And when you go to Jeremiah chapter 13 and verse 23, and it reads, can the Ethiopian change his skin or the leper his spots? Right. Because, Ethiopian, can he change his skin or leper his spots? Right. The leper can't change their spots. It's just there. It's just how the Lord created them. So then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. Yes. So Esau, he's accustomed to do evil. He's not accustomed to do good. And the scriptures even say if he do good, he doeth it unwillingly. So they're just made to be polar opposite to righteousness, man. And accustomed is from the Hebrew word lamawad, which means taught, learn, disciple. Accustomed to something. So they're accustomed to be immorality. To destruction, man. You see, and as Job said in Job 14, in verse 4, it reads, "Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one." Right. So Esau is the Edomites. They are that unclean nation. Because I'm really focusing this video on the Edomites because they are the wicked according to the Bible. And they don't change. Their MO, their method of operation changes. It stays the same. Even though they can hide their wickedness for a short period of time, but it always comes out. They always show their hatred for you Israelites, man. You see? It says, I'm reading Job 14:4 again. It says, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. Right. So the Edomites, they are the unclean nation. You can't bring a clean thing out of them. You know, they're nothing but demonic people, man. You know, and the whole world's gonna see that very soon, man, when he shows his horns. You know, and that's why, starting with our apostle Elder Great Millstone to us brothers on down, we've been warning our people to not trust this devil, man. The scripture says, never trust thy enemy. Because he can speak peaceful words unto you, smooth speech, but it's all for an agenda, man. Esau always having an interior motive, you see. And let's go to Ecclesiastes. I just wrote down a list of scriptures. I don't want to make this lesson too long. Ecclesiastes 1:15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight. Right. And the Edomites, they're crooked. And they can't be made straight, man. They can't be made righteous. Just as with Cain. Esau, Cain was your forefather. He knew to do good. He knew to sacrifice. He knew he had to sacrifice. The Lord loved the animal sacrifice, of the lawful animals, the clean animals. But what he do? He sacrificed his fruit to the Lord, and hence why the Lord rejected it. So because he seen Abel do the right thing, so Cain knew to do the right thing, but he didn't do it. Why? Because he was programmed not to do the right thing. You see, and the same thing with the Edomites. They had the Bible. They have the standard, the book of the standard of Yahweh Shimon Shai on how to live, which is keeping on the laws and commandments, but they don't do it because they hate the law, because it deals with restrictions and discipline and correction. And Esau is like a child. He doesn't like that. Just as a child don't like you when you correct them and when they do stupid stuff. Same thing with Esau. It says Ecclesiastes 1:15, that which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting, which wanting means lacking, cannot be numbered. Yes, because something that is lacking, you can't number it, because it's lacking, So let's go to the same book, different chapter. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 13. Consider the work of Yahweh, for who can make that straight which he had made crooked? Yeah. So once again, Yahweh Shimon Shai, the heavenly Father Yahweh programmed the Edomites to be made crooked, man. And that's the problem with our people. They try to rehabilitate the devil to be righteous and make him keep the laws and be a Christian, and they meant to be evil. Nefarious, man. You see. And let's go to Sirach 12 in the Apocrypha. Well, let's get this first. This one right here. Psalms 14, verses 1-3. To the chief musician named a Psalm of David, the fool have said in his heart, there is no God, and that's your atheist. And Edomites, they're known for being atheists, man. But even though Esau doesn't have to say that he's atheist, he says it in his deeds. By pseudoscience, Darwinism, saying that, it was an explosion in the galaxies, and that's how the Earth was formed. The Big Bang, which is a Big Bang theory. So Esau rather acknowledge, he rather acknowledge the elements creating each other rather than a supreme power creating something. And that's why he trusts in his pseudoscience, man. His artificial intelligence and his algorithms, Why? Because he don't believe that there's a power, there's a God, which is the Most High Yahweh, man. So they are corrupt. They have done abominable works, right? They are corrupt. What's their abominable works, man? Being moles, the transformers, like I said earlier, being extortioners and thefts, murder, killing, all about violence, man. And they promote all these ways in their movies and stuff, man. Their movies, their TV shows, the sitcoms. They promote all these ways to our people to follow them, which is a spell, man, casting spells upon our people. It says, there is none that do of good. The Lord Yahweh looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek Yahweh. They are all gone aside. They are all together become filthy. There is none that do of good, no, not one. So not one of these Edomites are doing good, man, in these heathen nations. The only one that's doing good on the earth are the elect that's in the truth, preaching the correct doctrine of Yahweh Shai, man. But besides all that, King David basically said everybody is fucking wicked, except for the elect, And let's go to Sirach 12:10, Apocrypha. Sirach 12:10, it says, never trust thy enemy. Right, and Esau, the so-called white man, is our arch enemy. And we never supposed to trust him, man. For like as iron rusteth, so is wickedness. Yeah, because iron can have an illusion of being gone, but it always comes back. So same thing with Esau's wickedness. He can what it's gonna say, it says, though you humble himself upon crouching, yet take good heed and beware him. Yeah, and that's the most important time to take heed, man, to pay attention to Esau. When he act like he's your friend, he saying things like, I got black friends, or I listen to Ice Cube, I got a black girlfriend, but yet he has a hatred inside for you Israelites to kill you, man. So the most friendliest Edomites at your job, your bosses, or your co-workers, or anywhere in public settings, if they trying to act nice to you, man, them the most them the biggest demons, man. It says, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst like the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rest, which his rest will be wickedness, symbolic for wickedness, have not been altogether wiped away. Yeah, so a looking glass is a mirror. When you get out the shower, the steam covers the mirror. You got to wipe it off. So you'll be wiping it off by seeing Esau what his true interior motives is, man. Nah, he was acting like he was my friend, but he's not, man. That's what he did with Gad, so-called Native Americans. When he came over here, he was acting like he was their friend, and what he do? He killed them, man. Which it was, prophecy for our people to go down. But still, that doesn't negate the fact that Esau, you was wicked for doing that. Which the Lord put a spirit in you to do that to our people, the northern kingdom, Gad, Reuben, Issachar, and the Latin tribes, because of prophecy, So I know for one last precept in Proverbs. Let's see, Proverbs 12:5. This is Proverbs chapter 12, verse 5. It says, the thoughts of the righteous are right, which are the elect. They had righteous thoughts, wanting to do good, wanting to do good for the Lord, and, what more they can do to be pleased by the Lord, things of that sort. It says, but the counsels of the wicked are deceit. And what's the counsel of their agendas? For example, their New World Order. The MOTB, which is the C-HIP, the whole population. That's a counsel of the wicked, and that's deceit. That's wicked, man. Why would you want to put a C-HIP, which is a CHIP, into someone's skin? So, but these are the thoughts of the wicked, man. And I think it talks about the thoughts of the wicked. Let's see. Yep, Proverbs 15:26. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord. Yeah, so all these thoughts of the wicked of Esau, the elites thereof, all the Edomites in general, but especially with getting on with the elites, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers for them to want to chip the whole population, that's very wicked. That's very wicked thoughts, man, imaginations. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord, and they are abomination to the Heavenly Father. But the words of the pure are pleasant words, man, which are the righteous, the elect. The pure is the righteous, the elect. And those pleasant words, the prayers, teaching the doctrine the correct way without guile. Those are pleasant words, man, that the Heavenly Father Yahweh is pleased by, and exalting the Heavenly Father Yahweh in His Son, Yahweh Shai, man. So yeah, I can Lord willing, I was edified. I just want to do a quick lesson on that. Esau don't change, and Lord willing, I was edified. And until next time, Shalom.